Have you been struggling with weight loss? Have you tried every diet and maybe exercise routine out there? Maybe even restricting carbohydrates. Maybe you have even tried keto and nothing is working for you. Well, today I'm going to share the shocking facts and the latest research about the keto diet. Welcome to the Dr. Janine Show. I'm so glad to have you here. Today's topic is close and dear to my heart. Having struggled with, different diets over the years, I will share the latest research with you, and I know what works for a lot of people, and based on the research, will help you as well if you have struggled. So welcome into the show. If you do have questions and comments throughout the show, make sure that you drop them in the comments section, and I appreciate all the love that you give throughout the show. And it's great to also know that we have our trivia section coming up in today's show. So we are live, and this week's prize in that trivia section of the show is from our great sponsors at VitaTree. So we thank them for making this show possible, and this is the AccuBlood Sugar Balance that we're playing for today. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned right until the end of the show. You're going to love all the great new information and research that I have today, but also we have that fun trivia section of the show and all of our participants. So you don't have to get the questions correct. All you have to do is participate in answering those questions, and you will have an opportunity to win that prize. And congratulations to all of our previous winners from the previous weeks. It is so great to have you all here. Okay, so let's get started. What are we talking about when we talk about the ketogenic diet? So what does keto mean? So keto is short for ketosis or the ketogenic diet. And this is something that if you've struggled with your weight, maybe you've tried keto, you've tried the ketogenic diet, of which I will be giving you lots of tips today as to how you can maximize your results if you have gone to a lower carb lifestyle. But the thing about keto is that not all carbohydrates are evil, and a lot of people think that when you do keto, of course, you can't have any carbohydrates. That is not true. I'm going to be breaking that down for you today in terms of the healthy ways to do keto. But normally carbohydrates in food are converted into glucose, which is the sugar that our body recognizes and knows how to absorb and utilize and turn into energy. And then that glucose is transported throughout the body and, of course, is important for making sure that our brain is functioning optimally. Now, when we talk about keto, this is now when the liver is converting fat into fatty acids and something called ketone bodies, therefore, hence the word keto. And they pass into the brain and they replace that glucose as an energy source. And it is believed in the research, of course, that those ketone bodies are our preferred source of fuel or energy for the brain cells. Now, the latest research is showing that maybe that's not quite true information, but nevertheless, it is interesting to note that keto can really give you benefits, especially when you're trying to lose weight and to fuel your brain. Now, for keto, typically you need to eat less than 50 grams of carbohydrates a day for your body to eventually run out of its normal blood sugar fuel, and which it typically will use quite quickly. And it can take 3 to 4 days to get into that keto state, but now you're also going to get into that ketosis, and it's important to note that the ketogenic diet is something that you're not necessarily doing for life, and there have been reports on some of the negative aspects, of course, of doing keto long term. It's something that you definitely want to work on with your practitioner and doing keto in the right way. So that's the great thing about ketosis, is that you can now convert your energy into using those ketone bodies. Your liver is making those ketones. You're not using that sugar any longer for your energy source. Now, when we talk about weight loss, and I know that if you've struggled and you haven't been able to get that weight off, even if you have tried keto, I'm going to break it down for you and some of the ways that you can sort of hack the keto diet to make it more palatable and easier for you to follow and get those results that you're looking for. Now, weight loss is definitely one of the benefits of keto, but keto actually started as a treatment for epilepsy. And what was found was that that fat and those ketone bodies as fuel for the brain was a better way to go. And they found that people that were following in terms of their epilepsy protocols and doing a high fat diet and going into ketosis, they found that these people were also losing weight. So it was sort of by happenstance that it was discovered that this was a great tool for weight loss as well. We also know that keto helps to balance blood glucose levels, so potentially a great way for if you're pre-diabetic or have diabetes. This could be an aspect as well as one of the benefits of keto. And keto also helps to slow down that cognitive decline. So we also know, and based on the latest research and in this study, it has been found that the keto diet helps with mitochondrial function. So what's really interesting here is that a ketogenic diet combined with exercise shifts our mitochondrial function and efficiency towards fat oxidation in conjunction with improved insulin sensitivity. And who doesn't want improved insulin sensitivity? Really, really important for overall health. And of course, why keto works for that weight loss. Now, our muscle cells are one of the first to become insulin resistant. And this is when we talk about the balance of our hormones and why keto may be beneficial but may be detrimental to our health as well. This is what the latest research is showing, is that when we are in that ketotic state, this means now that it is more likely that the excess glucose can be stored as fat. So we don't necessarily want to encourage insulin resistance in our body, and this is one of the things that keto and the keto diet can do in the long term. Now, the carbs that we eat earlier in the day are more likely to be stored as fat. So here's a little hack. If you are wanting to, and especially for someone who is insulin resistant or has metabolic syndrome, or if you have leptin resistance, which I'm going to circle back to, which I always tend to circle back to, it's more important to make sure that your carbohydrates are eaten later in the day. And this will really help in terms of that weight loss. So here's my tip. You don't want to have carbohydrates earlier in the day, and this will help for your glycogen stores to deplete further in your muscles and increases your ketosis and your fat burning potential throughout the day. If you're going to have carbs, they should be a little bit later in the day. So if you're just tuning in, welcome in. And if definitely you are struggling with your weight, you've tried everything, please stay tuned as I continue to share the shocking facts about the keto diet and, of course, the latest and emerging research on keto diet and why keto doesn't necessarily work for everyone, especially if you're not doing it in the right way. I want to say hello to Jeff Wolf on TikTok. It's nice to see you. I see Dr. Rose is here. Gulami is here as well. Fi is here. Hello, hello. Great to see you. Jamila is here. Don Saul as well on TikTok. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in today. Be sure to share today's live as well. Of course, we are streaming live on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram as well. So I appreciate all the love that you give me throughout the shows as well. It's so great to have you all here. And don't forget, our quiz section is coming up. Okay. So the keto diet and longevity, is there a link? So definitely if you're looking to live a long and healthy life, and it's not so much about your lifespan anymore, it's called your health span. So how long can you live a healthy life without having any disease or be, prone to taking any type of pharmaceutical medication? In my estimation, that's the good indicator of being healthy and having a great health span. So the link between the keto diet and longevity is definitely there. So ketones are a signaling molecule for our mitochondria. Remember, our mitochondrial cells are the cells that make our energy in our body. And when we're in that low food situation, our mitochondrial cells will actually make more mitochondria in this situation, and that's because the ketones are telling the mitochondria to do that. It is also helping the body in terms of survival, because the other thing that will happen with those ketones is that our body will make more heat, and this is called thermogenesis. And if you've ever heard me talk about the fat burning potential, fat oxidation, getting rid of excess body weight and body fat, this happens typically when we're sleeping, but when we increase our body temperature with thermogenesis, that will help and the ketones help to do that, and it's because of our mitochondrial function. So that's really interesting to note, that the keto diet can help you to burn off that extra body fat because of that thermogenesis. And there are certain compounds that will help to get you into thermogenesis more quickly, which of course I share in other videos. Now, when we are trying to do the keto diet, you may be confused. Okay, what does 50 grams of carbs look like? Well, here are some typical examples. So about 1 3/4 cups of cooked oatmeal. And again, if you're in keto, this would be it for the day. So these are just examples to give you sort of a visual of what 50 grams would look like. So that would be it. That would be all your carbs for the day. 2 slices of whole wheat bread. That would be it. That's your 50 grams of carbs, 2 large bananas, 1 cup of brown rice, or 10 cups of cauliflower. So now you can see why the keto movement, there's a lot of cauliflower in the cauliflower pizza crusts and cauliflower rice, because you can eat a lot more of it and still stay within your 50 grams of carbs. Now, when we talk about other keto-friendly foods, nuts are great, and the lowest carb containing nuts include pecan nuts or pecans, Brazil nuts, and macadamia nuts, and they have the lowest amount of carbs per serving. One small handful, unfortunately, is very high in calories. So you do have to be careful, because a lot of people struggle with keto. You're not losing the weight because of your caloric balance. Is if you're eating a lot of nuts, you're eating too many calories. Yes, you may be keto, but too many calories, you're still not going to offset for that weight loss. So that's really important. And one of my hacks is just watch. You just have to be in terms of portion control, in terms of how many nuts that you're eating. Now, some of the best keto-friendly vegetables above the ground are usually the best because they're lower in sugar, but also lower in deuterium. And there's a link with deuterium and keto as well, which is something I'll talk about in the future episodes about keto and deuterium. But vegetables with 5 or less grams of carbs may be eaten relatively freely in the diet. So it's really hard to overeat things like spinach, zucchini, lettuce, cucumbers, cabbage, asparagus, and kale when you're on the keto diet. So these would be great examples of things to include in your diet when you are doing keto. Now, other of the best keto-friendly foods include, of course, in the fruit category, the best keto fruits are the berries. So raspberries are a great example, blackberries, and strawberries. And the other added benefit of the berries is that they're high in polyphenols, and polyphenols are natural antioxidants which help to get you into ketosis. So that's why I love the berries. When you do have some carbohydrates and fruits, they are definitely the best choice on the keto diet, because they will help, because of the polyphenols, to put you into ketosis even more quickly. So if you are struggling to lose weight, you've tried everything, you're trying to maintain a healthy weight, you're trying to keep your energy levels up, today I am sharing some of the latest research on the keto diet, some of the things you haven't heard, and of course some of my tips and hacks as to how to optimize your results on keto or a lower carb type of lifestyle. I want to say hello to everybody who is here. Hello, Francis. Nice to see you. Panda May, thank you for the likes. I see you. And Gulami sending in the likes as well. Thank you for tuning in. On Facebook, hello to Arletta and Sonia. It's great to have you here again. And Curtis Smith 460, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the Dr. Janine Show. Okay, let's continue on now. When we talk about the keto diet, and you may have questions as to, okay, I like to enjoy the occasional cocktail drink, wine, beer. Is this possible on keto? Well, today I'm sharing now which alcohol is the best on keto. So the keto-friendly hard liquors or spirits would be, and these all have, and I'm going to list them very quickly, 0 grams of net carbs. Yes, I said 0 grams of net carbs. Whiskey, brandy, tequila, dry martini, and vodka. So those are all relatively friendly keto drinks. Again, you don't want to overdo it ever with the alcohol. That'll offset other things in terms of your health and your leptin levels. But those are the net carbs, 0 grams in terms of the keto diet. Now, when we talk about wine and beer, champagne, for example, has about 2 grams of net carbs in 5 ounces. Red wine, 2 grams as well. White wine, 2 grams. Beer, unfortunately, 13 grams of net carbs when you're having 12 ounces. So that would be, not the friendliest keto drink. Now, which alcohol is the worst on keto? Some of the hard liquor and spirits, you can guess the sweeter ones. So a Bloody Mary, for example, is 7 grams of net carbs. A margarita, 8 grams. A Cosmo, one of my favorites, 13 grams of net carbs. But there are ways to hack your drinks, so that's coming up, so don't go anywhere. As well as a White Russian, gin and tonic, 14 grams of net carbs. A vodka and orange juice, because think about the orange juice, that's where the sugar is coming from, 18 grams of net carbs. And a rum and coke, 22 grams of net carbs. So that's a whopping, not good thing to do if you're on keto. And the vodka cooler. So if you're having a conventional vodka cooler, they can be up to 26 grams of carbs per can or bottle. So that's something that you have to be, a little bit wary of. Now, of course, they do make the low carb options now that don't have any sugar. So that's definitely something to look for. Now, one of my hacks for a low-carb keto alcoholic drink is to use some ice. So you can, in the blender, or if you just like the ice chunks or the big chunks of ice, the cubes. But in your blender, you can mix your ice. I use some stevia drop sweeteners, then either tequila or vodka, one of the zero carb spirits, will go into this drink. And then you can use a flavoring extract as well. So for instance, you can use a couple drops of orange extract, of course, the ones that are the organic and high quality ones. You can use a couple drops of lemon extract as well. And that's a great way to hack your alcoholic drinks. So you get the sweetness from the stevia. You could use monk fruit as well. You've got your ice, and there you go. And that's a great way to enjoy especially those frozen drinks on a hot summer's day. You will love it. But again, just don't overdo it with the alcohol. So if you're just tuning in, you've been struggling with your weight, maybe have difficulty losing weight or difficulty keeping the weight off, you struggled with keto and low carb diets, today's show is for you. I'm sharing all of the latest research on the keto diet and some shocking truths that you haven't heard about keto. Now, one of the side effects of doing keto, you may have experienced this, is the keto flu. And this is, one of the things to look out for, of course, is your electrolyte intake. So when your electrolytes get out of whack, because now in ketosis, it can have a diuretic effect, meaning that you're flushing away your extra water, that even if you're ingesting enough water, so that's one tip, is to make sure that you're drinking enough water when you are doing keto or a low carb type of lifestyle, but also you're flushing away your sodium and your other electrolytes via the kidneys. So one of the ways that you can hack this so that you're not feeling unwell is to do my keto electrolyte drink. So check out my other video. I do have it on YouTube after today's show. You can check that out. The whole recipe is there. It includes water, a couple of capsules of magnesium that you open up, some cream of tartar, which will give you potassium, and some salt. And you're going to mix that up. You're going to drink that as you are doing your keto lifestyle, and that will really help you. You won't get the headaches, you won't feel unwell, and you will feel much better. And you can add a few drops of a water enhancer with stevia or sweetener in there to give it some flavor, a little bit of, something, so that you are enjoying that flavor of that drink, and you will love that. So check out that other video about that. Okay, well, we're talking now about some of the latest research on keto and what, in terms of doing the keto diet, being able to sustain this. There's something called keto cycling or carb cycling. And what does that mean? Well, doing keto long term can have those negative effects. It can make you more insulin resistant, which we don't want, of course, because then your body and your muscles will no longer be able to use the fat calories or the calories in general in terms of being able to sustain your energy levels. And then you can start to have muscle wasting. And of course, this isn't good for longevity. And this is something that researchers have found with keto or low carb lifestyle diets, and in their studies, that muscle wasting was not a good side effect. So one of the things that you can do with the keto diet is to do carb cycling. And carb cycling means that you are allowing yourself to have your keto, of course, for 5 days of the week. So a great example, and what is sustainable for a lot of people is to do your keto in your work week. So whatever that may be, if you are a Monday to Friday type of work week person, then this works perfectly for you. But I mean, you can hack this whichever way works best for you. And then 2 days, so on the weekend, are your refeeding days where you're eating a little bit higher carbohydrates. But the longer that you do the keto diet or the keto lifestyle or the lower carb lifestyle, you'll find that you don't really need the carbs as much as what you once may have. And that's one of the added, benefits of getting off the sugar. And maybe there was a candida issue and other issues happening, but that is one of the benefits of being low carb and keto, is that you don't crave as much those carbohydrates for that kick of energy, because now your body's used to using those ketone bodies. Now, the other benefits of cycling your keto and doing the carb cycling is that you can maintain your muscle growth. So this is great for athletes, and typically when athletes are looking to improve their performance, they may restrict their carbohydrates. If they have to make a certain weight class as well, they'll restrict carbohydrates, and then have the refeeding periods as well, so that they can maintain their muscle growth. But also, we want to make sure that we are replenishing our glucose stores. So when we go on and have a little bit more of that carbohydrate, we of course need that for extensive exercise and to maintain our energy levels. So basically, the way that you do this on your refeeding days, your carbs are going to be about 60 to 70% of your total calories. Your protein is about 15 to 20%, and your fats should deliver about 5 to 10% of your total calories on your refeeding days. So it's really sort of flipping keto on the opposite end in terms of your macronutrients and the amounts of each that you are taking. What season is best to do keto? So this is something, and one of those shocking truths, that you haven't heard about keto, because there is a seasonality to it. So in the winter months, when it's cold, especially if you live in a temperate climate like I do here in Canada, we have our cold winters. The best time to do keto is actually more so in our colder months. Now, when we wouldn't naturally have access to tropical fruits, yes, of course, we have the grocery store down the street, but here, of course, naturally occurring tropical fruits, not so much in our cold Canadian winters. So this will, depending on where you live and where you're at in your different seasons, that, going a little bit more keto and eating the locally grown fruits, if there are fruits and foods around you, definitely follow that, because you have to feed yourself as the environment would feed you if you were a wild animal, if you want to think of it that way. Now, we also know that the keto plus the cold helps our mitochondrial cells, and this is great for longevity, but also for disease prevention as well. So that combination of the cold exposure plus your keto, you will help to keep that weight off as well. So if you're just tuning in, you've been struggling with your weight and you've tried everything, maybe you've tried the keto diet, you've tried to go low carb, either you haven't felt well, maybe you lost some weight, maybe you didn't lose weight, maybe you gained weight on keto, then today's episode is for you. I am sharing all of the latest research on keto, of course, and some of the hacks that I have for following and the shocking truths about keto, and how you can really follow this and make it really work for you in going with keto and, maximizing the results of doing a keto or a low carb diet. So you may have the question, why am I not losing weight on keto? And despite, I'm doing everything right in terms of my macronutrients, I'm getting the fats in, the healthy fats. Well, one of the reasons why this may not be working for you on keto is that if you have something called metabolic inflexibility. So what does that mean? That means insulin resistance and, of course, the famous leptin resistance. And this will make it much more difficult for you even to get into that keto state, but you won't be losing weight even if you are on keto. So you have to fix that leptin resistance. If you don't know what leptin resistance is, please check out all of my videos on leptin resistance. Really important that you learn this and you get this right first before you even attempt to do something like the keto diet. And, watching your carbohydrates as part of fixing your leptin resistance is definitely part of this. So that is really important information for you to learn. Now, definitely when you're in that high insulin state, meaning that your insulin won't allow you to release fat from your stored fat cells in that high insulin state, even when you are in that keto state. So even if you are ketogenic, if you have that high insulin and with insulin resistance, it means that your body is telling, because of that insulin, is telling your fat stores to hold on to that fat. And that is part of our survival mechanism in feast versus famine. Really important that we fix the insulin resistance, and it was usually the leptin resistance that came first. So that is my tip: fix your leptin resistance first, and of course fix your environment. So you've got to get out of those EMFs and out into the sun, because this is one of the shocking truths about if keto hasn't worked for you, is that this has more to do with your environment than it does with what you're actually eating. So if you have a lot of EMFs in your environment, this is something that you probably haven't heard, and a shocking fact is that that will raise your blood glucose levels. So if you're eating indoors, you're eating under blue light, this will increase your insulin resistance and your blood sugar levels. So my tip here, of course, is to eat outside, get outside. And if you can't get outside, of course, you're looking at me and saying, well, okay, I live in Russia or somewhere very cold. I'm in Canada. How am I supposed to eat outside in the middle of winter? At least open your window a crack, because that will allow for those photons of that sunlight, natural sunlight energy to come in. It'll make all the difference. So even just a crack. So that is something that, yes, the sun actually lowers our blood sugar levels, something that you probably haven't heard. Now, if you are going to enjoy your carbohydrates, if you're going to have and indulge a little bit in your carbs, maybe some alcohol, do it in the sun. And that's why often people feel great when they go on sunny vacations. Why is that? They're eating more carbs, they're having more alcohol, but they're in the sun. Well, this is because that sunlight helps to lower your blood glucose levels. And the sun also helps to deplete our deuterium in the water that our mitochondria make. So this is really important for overall health and longevity. I told you I was going to drop some truth bombs today about the shocking truths about the keto diet, things that you haven't heard. So I hope that you learned something new today. And now I'm getting to my 9 tips for keto weight loss. So tip number 1, of course, please fix your leptin resistance. And if you missed all of my videos on leptin resistance, look at my 9 tips how to reverse leptin resistance. Really important that you start there. Follow those tips, some of which is really looking at the amount of grains and carbohydrates that you're consuming. The diet and the keto will help you to maximize your results here as well. Tip number 2 for keto weight loss is to eat outdoors in the sunlight. As I just shared, the sunlight helps to lower our blood sugar levels. Really, really important to help to get you into ketosis as well for that fat burning effect. Tip number 3 for keto weight loss is to limit your EMF exposure. So you've got to get out, especially that early morning sunlight, but get grounded. So take your shoes off. You got to get on the ground, ideally your hands on the ground as well, and look at that sun first thing in the morning and throughout the day as much as you can be grounded. Absolutely, this will help you. Tip number 4 is, of course, to choose the lower carb foods. Always eat local, organic if you can, and in season. In season fruits and vegetables will definitely give you a hint and a clue as to what is better for your environment in which you live and for your own metabolism and how your own body and your mitochondria have adapted to your local environment. Tip number 5. Eat carbohydrates at the end of a meal. So that glucose spike will be minimized. Of course, it still may happen, but it will be minimized if you eat your proteins. And this is some of the latest and emerging research that's come out. If you eat your proteins and your fats first and put your carbs closer to the end of your meal. Tip number 7, eat high protein and fats, but when you're going with your fats, make sure that they're healthy fats. So a lot of people do keto in the wrong way, in my opinion. They're eating a lot of unhealthy fats in terms of trying to increase their fat stores. So if you don't know what a healthy fat is, one of them is, of course, from coconut oil. So the medium chain triglycerides, they will further help to enhance getting into that keto state. So that's really important to note as well. But things like olive oil, again, in season, based on what is available to you, is very important. Tip number 8 is to exercise. We know that exercise will help to deplete our glycogen stores more quickly, therefore getting us into that keto state. And of course, doing your best to exercise outdoors in the sunlight is going to maximize your results for your weight loss especially. And tip number 9 is that mind-body connection. So when we're talking about keto and weight loss, I want you to visualize, what does your ideal body look and feel like. So it's not so much about just always the exterior, what you look like and how much weight you're holding on to, but how do you feel? Picture yourself in that state. Where do you want to be in terms of, your mood, your happiness, your outlook on life? Picture that, keep that in your mind, keep that close to your heart, and you will be able to manifest just that. So we are at quiz time, but today we talked all about the shocking facts about the keto diet. I hope that you're enjoying today's show. I'm loving all of this new and emerging information that's come out on keto and why a lot of people have struggled and not been able to have success with doing the keto diet. So I want to say hello to Kyle on TikTok and Keith B0225. Nice to see you. Thank you everybody who tuned in today. Thank you for following, and all of my new followers, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for all the likes and all the love that has happened. 14K likes. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Thank you for subscribing as well. So it's great to have you all here. Brain Power, thank you for the likes. I see that coming through. Love is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. It's so good to have you all here. Okay, so we are at, can I get it all out? We are at quiz time. So here we are playing for the AccuBlood Sugar Balance. And this is going to be fun because our quiz time questions, all you have to do is participate. You don't have to get anything right, but of course it's more fun if you get the questions answered correctly, but you will be randomly selected for our quiz questions. Okay, do I have the questions ready? I don't see them. Yeah, question number 1. Here we go. Give 2 warning signs that your lymph is clogged. Give 2 warning signs that your lymph is clogged. Let's see who's quick today. Keith, thank you for tuning in. 2 warning signs that your lymph is clogged. Donsal, good job. Kyle McDermott, nice. Yes, Tracy, I like that answer. Good. 8, Moonstone, 8, nice. Anybody else? Arletta, good job on Facebook. Thank you. Sharda, hello, good morning. Nice to see you. Keith B, yes. Fusion Walk, absolutely. Raina, nice job. Yes, 8 Moonstone 8. VWB, Bina, thank you for the rose. Thank you, thank you. I see that. Stacy's Need, yes, absolutely. KL Gray on Instagram, good job. Nadia has a lot of answers. Nice. All of them? Oh my goodness, Nadia. Nadia has been taking notes. Virginia as well, good job. Stacy's Need, nice. Tracy H30, good job. Love for Love, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Kevin? Katerina as well, good job. Sonia, good job. So, did everybody get their answers in? Saskai, hello, nice to see you, good job. Okay, so some of the most common warning signs that your lymph is clogged, so swollen lymph nodes in the neck, it could be in the underarms, in the groin area, postnasal drip, ear infections, cellulite, fatigue, water retention. A lot of you had the low energy and bloating. Absolutely. So good job, everyone. Okay, thank you for all the likes coming in. I see that happening. Thank you, thank you. Okay, question number 2. True or false, skin rashes are linked to toxicity in the internal organs? This one's too easy. True or false, skin rashes are linked to toxicity in the internal organs? True or false? Donsal, very quick today. Good job. Stacy's Need, nice. Carmen, good try. Katerina, good job on Instagram. Raina, good job. Sorry? Harvinder, hello. Good job, good job. Elsie Castles, hi. Nice to see you. Good job. Stacy H, good. Fusion Walk, nice. KQN, yes. User 502, that's actually a good answer. I like that. KL Gray, hello. Good answer. Donna, Sonia, good as well. Arletta, good job. Nice, everyone. Teddy Bear, hello in Sweden. Thank you for tuning in. It's great to have you here. If you're just tuning in, we're in the Dr. Janine Show in the quiz section of the show. We're answering questions. Just do your best. Even if you don't know the answers, just put something in because we're playing for a prize of the AccuBlood Sugar Balance from our great sponsors at VitaTree. So thank you for tuning in. Parmesan Cheese King, good job. Nice to have you here. Anybody else? Rose has it as well. Good job. And Nadia, good job. So the answer, in my opinion, of course, skin rashes are linked to toxicity in the internal organs is true. So somebody said true and false, which is possibly true if there's an overt, which is something that I've talked about, a parasitic infection on the skin. But usually that's related to what's going on in the deeper internal organs in terms of immune function as well. So I would say I still think I'm leaning more towards the true, which is my answer. Okay, question number 3. Sorry? Powell? Hello from Madrid. Powell, nice to see you on Instagram. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, we are at question number 3. And by the way, if you're just tuning in for the first time, thank you for following. We do this every week. So every Tuesday at 11 a.m. is the Dr. Janine Show. So make sure you tune in next week. If you missed the first part of the show as well, you can definitely always catch the entire show lives on YouTube. So please check out the previous episodes. And of course, if you missed the first part of today, all about keto, make sure that you check that out. Okay, question number 3. Name 2 foods to detox your skin. Name 2 foods to detox your skin. Just lots of good answers here. Carmen, nice to see you. Thank you. Alcuna, hello. Nice to see you. 2 foods to detox your skin. Anybody have the answer? Here we go. 8 Moonstone 8. I like that answer. Very good. Love for Love 1969. Very good. Thank you for all the likes coming in. I don't know how some of you are typing answers and liking at the same time, but you're doing it. Thank you. Yes. Wow. Lots of answers coming in. Yep. KQN has it. Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah. Harvarinder had good answers as well. Nadia. Wow. Nice, nice, nice. Good job, everyone. Teddy Bear. Yes. Good. I like your answer. Donsal. Yes. Sparkle. She. So Teddy Bear in Sweden. I like the fact that it's the first time I believe that you're tuning in and you're participating in our quiz section. So good on you. That's awesome. Sparklish, yes, yes. Alcuna, nice. Phi, yes, absolutely. I like this. Miriam, I like that answer. Very good. Saskai, yes, 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 yes. Very good. I was actually just reading about that yesterday. Tracy H, User 502, that's a funny answer. That's good. That's my son's favorite. There we go. Alcuna, good job. Anybody else? Sonia, good job. On Facebook, Arletta, absolutely. Donna has it as well. Katrina as well. Virginia as well. Nice. Great job, everyone. So some of my favorites, I will list them here for you. Watermelon. So these are great foods to detoxify the skin. So watermelon, leafy greens, avocado, fish, of course, seafood, eggs, almonds, dark chocolate. Those are some of the ones that I shared in last week's show about detoxification and specific things that you can do to detox your skin. So those are all great answers. Thank you to everybody who shared your it's Sparkle Shine. Okay, got it. Thank you for clearing that up. Harry Potter's asking about steak, and somebody else said chicken wings. Not so sure about that for cleansing the skin, but good try. Okay, question number 4. True or false? Nitric oxide in the blood vessels helps dilation. Nitric oxide in the blood vessels helps dilation. True or false? Who's going to be quick on this one? Let's see. Anybody have their answer? TikTok has it? Yes? Harry Potter. Nice. KQN has it as well. El Kuna, good job. Panda May. Yes. Diva Organic. Kale Gray, good job on Instagram, yes. Good, good, good. Sparkle Shine, yes. Stacy's Need, Keith B, Kyle McDermott, good job. Panda May, 8 Moonstone 8, good job. Raina, good job. Fusion Walk, Miriam, good job. Donna, good job. Bridie on Facebook, good job. Katrina on Instagram, good job. Rose has it as well on Instagram. Good job, everyone. The answer is true. True. So nitric oxide helps dilate blood vessels. Okay, here's a great question. I love this. So this is our final quiz question. Remember, everybody just do your best. Put something in the answers. This is a fun question. Remember, we're playing for the AccuBlood Sugar Balance from our great sponsors at VitaTree, helping with balancing blood glucose levels. Okay, are we ready? Question number 5, final question for today. I am something that is free, natural, and usually accessible to all humans, and I increase nitric oxide levels. What am I? So I'll say that again. And if you're watching on YouTube, you see it on your screen. I am something that is free, natural, and usually accessible to all humans, and I increase nitric oxide levels. What am I? Oh, TikTok. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Fast, fast answers. Oh my goodness. Harry Potter had it quick? Yo, Harry Potter had a answer, but good, good, good. Kyle, almost, yes. KQN, user 502, yes, good job. Jojo Relaxing has it. Katrina, yes. Instagram has it, 100%. Good job, Katrina. Everybody on Instagram. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sonia has it as well. Arletta. Oh yeah, wow. You guys are, and guys and girls, you love this question and you're very well educated. I wonder how that happened. I love it. Yay. Raina, yes. Carmen Nervosa, good. Panda May, good job. JRW, nice to see you. Good job, Stacy's Need. And Harry Potter, nice, nice, nice. Okay, I see. Yeah, Harry Potter, you put in the water first because you didn't listen to the rest of the question, but good try for being quick. Anybody else, Sass Guy? Good job, everyone. So what am I? Arletta, Sonia, yes, yes, yes. Oh, Sonia, it happens because we have a great teacher. Oh, if you're talking about me, oh, Katrina, you said that too. You're so sweet. Thank you guys. That's so lovely. Well, I'm glad that you tune in and you're learning, which is great. I love to always learn. Bridie, good try, good try. Yes, but Bridie, I think we'd have to give you a yes on that one. Okay, so what am I? Something that is free, natural, usually accessible to all humans, and increase nitric oxide levels. The sun. Yes, so if you have missed any of my shows about the hidden secrets of the sun, make sure you check them out on my YouTube channel. Really important that you know about the aspects of the sun and why this is so, so important, even more so than diet, in my opinion, in terms of our overall health. And more info to come on the sun and its benefits. So stay tuned. Make sure that you're following me. Make sure you're following Team Dr. J9 if you are on TikTok and on Instagram. And thanks for joining me today. So today we talked all about the shocking facts about the keto diet. I hope that you learned something new. If you do continue to have questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section below. Be sure to share this content with your friends as well. And of course, one of my goals is to teach you how to empower yourself over the healing of your own body, mind, and spirit. Be well, everyone. We'll see you next week.